Olympus Titans. Here's the starting lineup and batting orders for both teams. First of all, for our visitors, the Salem Skyhawks. Leading off, the right fielder, number 23, Spencer Vance. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 24, Sam Richards. Batting third and pitching, number 8, Zaylen Fenn. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 20, Charlie Cushing. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 2, Cam Colbert. Batting sixth, playing center field, number 21, Nolan Miller. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 7, Wyatt Hickman. Batting eighth, playing first base, number 1, Zach Nelson. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 5, Luke DeGraffenreid. And playing second base for Salem Hills tonight is number 10, Max Wilson. Salem Hills High School coach by Scott Haney. Now here's the starting lineup of batting order for the home team, the Olympus Titans. Leading off, playing center field, number 5, Nick Paul. Batting second, the pitcher, number 4, Ashton Johnson. Batting third, playing third base, number 27, Jacob Faust. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 20, Luke Affleck. Batting the fifth and catching, number 8, Corbin Sanchez. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 6, Jackson Godfrey. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 10, J.D. Olson. Batting eighth, playing first base, number 28, Matthew Thomas. Batting ninth, playing left field, number 15, Isaac Hudson. And playing second base for Olympus tonight, number 1, Tanner Jenkins. Olympus High School coached by Orland Phelps. The umpires for tonight's game, 9 home plates, Trent Allred. Working first base, Eric Holtz, and third base, Aaron Debo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome inside to UCCU Ballpark at Utah Valley University. It's the 4th-seeded Olympus Titans set to take on the 12th-seeded Salem Hills Skyhawks in our nightcap, our final of 4 games played today. Here at UCCU Ballpark at Utah Valley University. I'm JT Wistersill, excited to be with you on the call for our nightcap. What should be a fun game. And while we have a moment, we'll give you the starting lineups for each team. First for Salem Hills at the bats, Spencer Vance will be leading off, followed by Sam Richards. Zaylen Fenn will be on deck. Charlie Cushing batting fourth. Cam Corbin will bat fifth. Nolan Miller in the 6th spot. Wyatt Hickman in the 7th. Zach Nelson in the 8th. And Luke DeGraffenreid in the 9th. Then looking over at things for the Titans, Ashton Johnson, the future LSU Tiger, gets the start on the mound. Corbin Sanchez, start at the catcher. Matthew Thomas at right field. Tanner Jenkins at second. Jacob Faust at third. Luke Affleck at shortstop. Isaac Hodgson in left field. Mike Paul in center field. And Jackson Godfrey in right field. We've got a great crowd on hand as we're set to get things underway. It's the Skyhawks versus the Titans on KSL Game Night Live Rewind. Spencer Vance due up first. One-0 the count. Vance, the right fielder. Fouls one back to even things up at 1-1. Vance, a senior, awaits the pitch. Two won the count. Now 2-2 after the strike by Johnson. The Titans, led by head coach Corlin Feltz, while the Skyhawks are led by coach Scott Haney. What we hope to be an exciting omen for the night. We have full count. Johnson sets, fires it. It's high. And a fired up Vance jogs to first. So Johnson walks the first batter of the game. Going to bring up Sam Richards. Richards, the designated hitter. Richards also a senior. Will look to start the bats hot for his team and capitalize off the momentum of the walk. Richards swings and gets nothing. Oh, 1 the count with Vance on first. Johnson's pickoff is unsuccessful. This is the Salem Hills team that comes in 18-11 on the season, 9-7 in Region 9 play. Richards takes a hack, gets nothing, falls to 0-2 in the count. The Skyhawks defeated Park City 18-1 in the last game they played them. To help them advance in postseason. They also defeated Northridge. So 4-game winning streak for the Skyhawks as they come into today's contest. 1-2 the count. Richards. As Johnson instead continues to direct his attention at Vance. This is the Titans team that's 19-8 on the season. They were 13-5 in Region 6 play. And they come in to today's game 3-3 in their last 6 games. Two the count. Johnson. Fouls it back. Richards continues to fight. Johnson stares down Vance, directs his attention to home plate, and retires Richards. The first strikeout of the day for Johnson. That'll bring up the fellow pitcher, Zaylen Fenn. If you're wondering why this game started late, it's because we had an incredible one before. The winner of this game will go on to play Wassahatch as the 13th seeded Wasps upsetted the 3 seeded Jordan Beat Diggers. The Wasps trailed going into the 7th inning, but they had a huge top of the inning in that 7th, able to come back and secure the win after holding up defensively in the bottom of the 7th. So Wassahatch awaits the winner of this one. The loser plays Jordan. Olympus being the final of our top 4 seeds in action. As Fenn bites on the pitch. Of our top 4 teams, Lehigh the 2 seed, Jordan the 3, Olympus the 4. Of course, the top seed Spanish Fork eliminated. An impressive game by Maple Mountain. Fenn sends it into right field and it drops. Jackson Godfrey was unable to track it in what looked to be an easy out, but Godfrey misplays it. And because of that, Fenn gets to first and helps Vance reach third on the high flyer. 1 out in the inning for the Titans, coming of courtesy of the Johnson strikeout. Charlie Cushing now due up. Cushing lets ball 1 pass. Cushing, the third baseman, awaiting the 1-0 delivery. And this one smacked into right field. It'll take a bounce off the wall, and score not 1, but 2 runs for Salem Hills. So what a start for the Skyhawks. They take an early 2-0 lead as they have success against Johnson early, as Cushing absolutely crushed that one. One of the farther hit balls we've seen on the day. Have seen 2 runs already, though. Both sent into left field. But Charlie Cushing with the double brings in 2 for Salem. Cam Corbin, the shortstop, now due up. Johnson checks behind. Delivers to the outside. Back-to-back strong hits for Salem Hills. First it was Fenn, who rocked one into right field. And then Cushing smoked the ball into center field. Johnson looking to get back on track versus Cam Corbin, trailing in the count, 2-0. Corbin calls for time. Johnson readies, delivers. Gets Corbin to bite, who nearly loses his bounce after taking a huge swing at the ball. Johnson trying to fight his way back in the count. Can he do it? He will be able to after that one's fouled off. to the right of UCCU Ballpark at Utah Valley University. Corbin awaits it. Fouls another back to stay alive. We've already seen 2 upsets on the day. We'll see if Salem Hills can make it a third as they hold the early lead over Olympus. Johnson. A third straight ball fouled off by Cam Corbin. Continues to be a little late on Johnson's pitches, but does not want to go down. Cushing remains settled on second. Johnson looking for another strikeout. And he gets it. Dead center delivery. That'll bring up Nolan Miller. Johnson already with 2 strikeouts. He's also given up 2 hits and 2 runs in the inning. But sails in the beautiful curveball for a strike. The lone base runner remains Cushing. Ball 1 delivered high to the outside. Corbin, the junior, struck out. Nolan Miller, fellow junior, looks to have more success versus Johnson. Two on the count. Miller resets, awaits the pitch from Johnson. And he bites on it. 2-2, our count shifts. Johnson looking for his second straight strikeout, would be his third to start off our game. Waiting the delivery. And swinging at nothing is Miller. Johnson gets Olympus out of the inning, but not before Salem Hills. He's able to score 2 runs, giving them the early advantage. We'll turn things over. And now look at who's at the bats for the Titans. Starting off for Olympus will be Mike Paul, followed by Ashton Johnson, then Jacob Faust, Luke Affleck will back cleanup, Corbin Sanchez in the 5th spot, Jackson Godfrey in the 6th spot, J.D. Nelson in the 7th, Matthew Thomas in the 8th, Isaac Hodge in the 9th, and for the Skyhawks in the field, Luke DeGraffenried at catcher, Zach Nelson at first, Mac Wilson at second, Charlie Cushing at third, Cam Corbin at shortstop, Wyatt Hickman in left field, Nolan Miller in center field, and Spencer Vance in right field, with Zaylen Fenn getting the start on the mound for Salem. Fenn will look to help the Skyhawks maintain their 2-run lead. over the Titans. Looking at some of the numbers for Fenn. 2.07 the ERA, 3-3 record on the season in 9 appearances. Fenn, 40-2 innings pitched, allowed 24 hits, 17 runs, 12 of those earned, 53 strikeouts to 28 walks, and 175 batters faced. So Mick Paul, the center fielder, is the first one due up to face Fenn. Paul, a senior, takes one more practice swing, make it 2 more, then steps in. Gives home plate a tap as the Titans are ready to get the offense underway. Fenn wastes no time. He'll deliver. Ball 1 delivered to the outside. One the count. Mick Paul ready for it. Fenn delivers to the outside, evening our count at 2. This one launched into right field, but directly to Spencer Vance. 1 up, 1 down for Salem with Ashton Johnson, the pitcher, senior, and future LSU Tiger, now due up.
Now batting the pitcher, number 4, Ashton Johnson.
Johnson on the season, 33 runs brought in, 15 doubles, 2 home runs as well. And he takes that one. So Johnson reaches first. And Johnson will be replaced by a pinch runner. Be Chase Mosley, sophomore, in his place.
Lead-up runner, number 7, Chase Mosley. Now batting the third baseman, number 27, Jacob Faust.
So Jacob Faust, the third baseman, now due up. Faust, a junior. Lets the inside ball pass. Faust, 28 games played on the season. Brought in 28 runs. 5 doubles and 5 triples. Count goes to 1-1. Fenn checks first. Delivers. Faust resets. Fenn picks a pickoff attempt unsuccessful. Two won the count. They tried it again. They got him. Salem Hills with the pickoff. on Chase Mosley, and he is retired. Second out of the inning. Two won the count. Strike delivery will even it at 2-2. Fenn trying to make it 3 up, 3 down. That one's fouled off. Fenn. A second consecutive ball fouled off. This one directly to the Skyhawks dugout. Faust awaits the delivery in the 2-2 pitch. And an inside ball will bring us to full count. The delivery is low. That allows Faust to walk to first. So back-to-back Titans reach base off Fenn. The first being the pitch by Johnson, who Mosley came in as the pinch runner for him. Mosley was then retired after leading too far off the bag. Then Faust able to battle for the full count. Luke Affleck now due up, the shortstop. Affleck, another junior on the season. He's brought in 23 runs. Five homers, 4 triples, and 2 doubles for Affleck. Falls 0-2 in the count. Affleck. Fouls it off. So 3 straight balls delivered in the zone by Fenn. 1 pitch away from helping his team escape the first inning with the lead. Another's fouled off. 0-2, the count remains. Runner on first is Faust. Fenn checks him. Then gets Affleck to bite. First strikeout of the game. Comes as out number 3 of the bottom of the first for Salem Hills. Fenn looking sharp early as we move into the second. Skyhawks lead the Titans 2-0 at UCCU Ballpark.
Jake said these are awesome for studying.
Line. You shouldn't ever take someone else's medication.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sharing prescriptions.
Ouch! Gonna need some pills for that one.
Hey! Prescription pain pills can be dangerous!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Easy there. You're her parent, not a drill sergeant. More love, then they'll listen.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about prescriptions the right way.
Ashton Johnson back on the mound for Olympus as we're set to enter the second inning here of our fourth and final matchup of 5A bracket play at Utah Valley University. It'll be Wyatt Hickman, Zach Nelson, and Luke DeGraffenried all due up to face Johnson. Hickman now steps in. Hickman, a senior, on the season, batting .339. Allows the first ball to pass. Or excuse me, those are the other numbers. So Hickman batting .275. 40 at-bats, 11 hits, 18 runs. And that'll be another hit for Hickman as he sends a grounder into left field and reaches first base. Salem Hills ready to play in our nightcap. That's the third base hit of the game for Salem Hills with Zach Nelson. Now stepping in. Nelson batting .278 as he attempts the high bunt and making an incredible diving catch is Jacob Faust. Comes over from third base and dives in to secure the out for Olympus. That'll bring up Luke DeGraffenried, the last batter in the order for Salem Hills. DeGraffenried's batting .162 on the season. 12 hits in 74 at-bats. DeGraffenried. That's the ball passed to the outside. Johnson evens the count at 1-1. Hickman remains settled on first. Johnson stares him down, then delivers. Gets DeGraffenried to bite as he falls to 1-2 in the count. DeGraffenried on the season, 24 strikeouts. And that'll make it 25. Ashton Johnson delivers the heat. His third strikeout through the order faced. As DeGraffenried was the final batter. So Spencer Vance returns. Vance walked in his first plate appearance. Vance on the season, batting .389 in 95 at-bats. Has 37 hits. Struck out 18 times, 10 walks. One and one the count moves after the whiff by Vance. Going for second is Hickman, and he's able to make it. After the pass ball is Corbin Sanchez with the high delivery from catcher. 1-2 the count. After Hickman utilized the speed to reach second, Johnson needs one more strike to get the Titans out of it. Vance awaits the delivery. Johnson checks behind. Now fires. Vance lets another ball pass. 2 in a row delivered by Johnson. Brings us to full count. Johnson reached his mark with Vance the first time around. It was a walk. We'll see how it plays out here. Vance steps out for a second, returns. Now waits Johnson's delivery. And this one squeezes through past Tanner Jenkins at second. And Salem Hill scores another run. The big time base hit from Spencer Vance. It was full count. And he hit a line drive into right field. So Sam Richards, the DH, now due back up. Struck out but to Johnson in his last plate appearance. The lone base runner, Vance, after Hickman crossed home. This one lifted into the stands. Oh, 1 the count. As Richards readies himself. Richard batting 417 to average. 84 at-bats. It's 35 hits as they nearly get Vance caught in the pickle. And Vance wisely heads back to second. So the Titans looked like they had Vance dead to rights. Instead, the high throw allows them to reach second. Richards swings, gets nothing, falls to 0-2. Johnson retires Richards. The second straight inning, he's ended it with a strikeout. That's his 5th of the game. But Johnson surrenders another run after Vance drove in Hickman. Salem Hills increases their lead over Olympus to 3 runs. So 3-0 as we move into the bottom of the second. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Back inside UCCU ballpark. Where the 12th ranked Salem Hills Skyhawks lead the 4th ranked Olympus Titans 3-0 early. Corbin Sanchez now due up. As Sanchez steps in to face Fenn. Who through 4 batters face so far has been strong. The only blemish hitting Johnson with the pitch and the walk of Faust, which is infield, helped make up for him. After he was able to successfully get the put out. And speaking of hitting batters, Fenn hits another. And Sanchez takes one off the back. I'm going to take a look at Sanchez for a moment. Well, actually, they're just going to have a pinch runner come in for him. It'll be Jack Musso, who takes over for Corbin. So Musso on first. Jackson Godfrey now due up. Godfrey, a junior. That's the first strike pass. Musso safely dives to first. He'll try to avoid being the second Titan to get picked off. As he taunts Fenn. Zaylin Fenn focuses, delivers. A low ball that takes a bounce. But Luke DeGraffenry traps it with his body. Godfrey takes a hack, fouls it off. No outs in the inning for the Titans. As Fenn delivers. Another bow fouled off. Fenn ended the bottom of the first with a strikeout. Can he do the same here? It's a short chopper. Fenn fields it. Gets it to first in time. As Godfrey's retired. J.D. Olson, the DH. Senior now steps up. Chase Mosley moved to second. Off the action. One oh the count. Fenn gets Olson to bite. Olson fouls another back. One to the count. With Mosley on second. Olson. Fouls another off to stay alive. Fenn, 1-2 the count. Looking for another strikeout. He'll have to wait as we have another lengthy at bat with Olson continuing to protect home plate. The winner of this game will play at 4:30 tomorrow versus Wasatch, while the loser will take on Jordan at 11. And another ball that hits a Titan. As Olson takes another, his latest Titan, to take one off the back. That's the third time that Fenn has hit an Olympus player. DeGraff and Reed and Corbin both come over to the mound to talk things over. Now due up is Matthew Thomas, first baseman. Thomas will take a moment, give it one more swing, and step in. So 2 runners on now for Olympus. Olson to first. Mosley settled on second. One oh the count. As Fenn evens the count. Ball delivered well to the inside. Fenn in danger of loading the bases. Titans down 3. Matthew Thomas, the first baseman, swings, getting nothing for Thomas, the senior. Now 2-2 in the count. Fenn checks behind, delivers. This one's chopped high to him, and he throws it high to first, but making the grab was Zach Nelson, who, as he landed from his leap, was able to attack the bag. That allows Mosley to advance to third. Olson to second with Isaac. Hodgson now back up for the first time today. Hodgson. Two outs. Titans in danger of leaving two stranded on base. Two straight balls delivered by Fenn. McPaul and the rest of the Titans batting order on deck as we turn things over to the top if the inning would continue. Fenn makes it 3 straight balls. Titans with an opportunity to load the bases with McPaul on deck. Hodgson, the left fielder, waits the 3-0 delivery. I'd be surprised to see him swing at it here. So he'll take the strike, so far ahead in the count. Fenn slaps it high into foul territory, and it's caught by Zach Nelson. Nelson comes over to make the play on the final batter of the back of the order for the Titans as they leave two stranded on base and still trail 3-0 as we shift into the third. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Two innings down, 5 more to go at UCCU Ballpark. Thank all of you who have tuned in with us for this game or any other game today. As you watch KSL Game Night Live Rewind, it's an exciting time for high school sports with both the softball playoffs also underway, men's soccer, and lacrosse. All deep into postseason play. And what'll be a fun week across the state of Utah. We're a long way away from championship Friday and Saturday for these teams. For these two teams, the Titans and Skyhawks, they'll start tonight. Round 1 of bracket play. Zaylen Fenn returns. Fenn drove one into right field to put Vance and himself in a good position for who's on deck. Cushing to drive him in. The count for Johnson. Now 3-0. Johnson's struggling. early in the third. He'll try to refine the strike zone here and fight back in the count. And he's able to once again find the zone. Fenn awaits the ball's arrival. Grounds it. Well played with the backhand by Affleck, as he's able to stop it and make sure it's only a single. Salem Hills will call him a pinch runner in Jack Guest. So Guest to first. So Charlie Cushing returns to home plate. The last time we saw Cushing, he drove in 2 runs, that being Fenn and Vance, after he rocketed one into right field. He'll look to smash another ball as he awaits the pitch from Johnson. Five hits in the game for Salem Hills, none for Olympus to this point. Two won the count. Cushing. That's another ball pass to the outside. Count goes to 3-1. Fenn, the first base runner for either team, to make it on. But in his place, Jack Guest. Sits on first. Johnson stares him down, turns, delivers. Gets Cushing to bite on one. Full count for Charlie Cushing as the third baseman awaits the delivery. Going for the steal and getting the pickoff was the Titans. Back-to-back outs. They retire Cushing and capitalize on Guest's attempted steal. So in a moment, it seemed like the Titans were going to load the bases. And just 2 pitches later, as that ball is caught. What a catch by Godfrey. So just 2 pitches later, their luck turns around as Olympus gets out of the top of the third. The first inning of the game, they have not surrendered a run. What a strong catch by Godfrey. We've seen some strong fielding early by both teams. We move into the bottom of the third as the Titans look to get back into this one.
Need some pills for that one.
Hey, prescription pain pills can be dangerous.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there. You're her parent, not a drill sergeant. More love, then they'll listen.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about prescriptions the right way.
We're set to get started, the bottom of the third at Utah Valley. It'll be Mick Paul, the center fielder. Last time we saw him, he flew out to right field. He'll look to turn things around. As Olympus has struggled offensively early. Paul steps in. Waits the delivery from Fenn. Outside pitch is delivered for ball one. Paul's bunt attempt sails foul. Paul will step back in. Low ball to the outside brings the count to 2-1. Paul fouls another off. Fenn through 2 innings so far, yet to allow a hit. He's off to a strong start. Titans will try to change that here with Paul. Another fouled off, the third one of the at-bat by Mick Paul. Trying to stay alive. In the at-bat versus Zaylen Fenn. The 2-2 pitch. Is a ball, so full count. First batter of the bottom of the third. And an outside pitch. Allows Paul to walk. I'll bring it to Ashton Johnson. He was been the first of what's been 3 batters in total who've been hit by pitches from Fenn. He'll look to turn things around. Against Johnson here. And he's unable to do so. Drilling him in the behind. Is that ball? Made contact with Johnson. Luke DeGraff and Reed will go over to talk things over with Fenn. Jacob Faust now due up. Faust walked the last time we saw him. He'll look to do so again. No outs in the inning. 1 runner on first. This chopper sails to second baseman, Mac Wilson, who easily makes the play. Luke Affleck now due up after Faust. was retired. Oh, 1 the count. Two runners on for the Titans, with Paul on third. This one ripped into right field. It'll drop. Bring in Paul. Allowing Chase Mosley to head to third. So the first run of the game scores for Olympus. Off the big hit from Affleck. Bring Corbin Sanchez back up, who was hit by a pitch in his last appearance. Runners remain on first and third. Affleck had the big hit. Now Sanchez falls to 0-1. Fenn gets Sanchez to bite on another. 2-0 the count. Fenn looking for his second strikeout of the game. Hasn't had one in his last 9 batters faced. Sanchez resets, awaits the 1-2 delivery. And it's well to the outside as they catch. They don't catch Affleck in anything. And that allows Mosley to score. So 2 runs for the Titans, pulls them within 1. So 2-2 the count. That's the risk if you're DeGraff and Reed of making the throw over 2 seconds. I think in a moment, all he saw was the streaking Affleck. Thought he had an opportunity for an out. And instead, allows Mosley to score. So consecutive balls delivered. Sanchez has been able to fight back. Fenn looking to get his second out of the inning. Sanchez calls for time. Corbin Sanchez will walk to first, emphatically flipping the bat. So our 3-2 game had 2 runs in the top of the first, 1 in the top of the second for the Skyhawks, then in the bottom of the third. The Titans able to get the bats hot. Jackson Godfrey, due up. Still just 1 out in the inning. And this chopper will break through. That's going to score the tying run of the game as Affleck slides home. Olympus evens it at 3. It's going to bring out Coach Haney. Scott Haney of the Skyhawks. So he'll talk things over with Fenn on the mound. No action going on in either bullpen. Lights have come on here at UCCU Ballpark. As it begins to get slightly darker out with the sun setting. It's been a good contest early. Olympus has had 2 hits in the inning. 5 for the Skyhawks. J.D. Olson will be due up. Followed by Matthew Thomas. Mick Paul led things off for the Titans. Then Johnson was hit by a pitch. Jacob Faust chopped out to first. Then Affleck drove in the first run. Godfrey drove in 1. Bats continue to stay hot for the Titans as they'll load the bases up. Fenn struggling and Olympus taking advantage of it. That'll bring up J.D. Olson. So Olson to first. That'll bring up Matthew Thomas. Thomas was retired in his last plate appearance. Showed bunt, but was unsuccessful. Olympus has tied things at 3. They're in a great position to take the lead. Just 1 out in the inning. Thomas fouls it off. Falling to 0-2 in the count. Action starting to get underway in the bullpen for Salem Hills. As Fenn will try to finish it out. Thomas lets the first ball pass. He's at 1-2 in the count. Thomas. Fenn with 2 outside pitches, evens the count at 2. Bases loaded for Olympus. They had 3 hits in the bottom of the 3rd. Can they make it 4? They cannot. Thomas is retired. The second strikeout of the game for Fenn. Brings up Isaac Hodgson. Mick Paul on deck, and with Mick Paul coming back up, he was the first batter of the 3rd order. So the Titans now 9 batters in. One 1-0 the count. Fenn sails it high. Hodgson. Bites on the pitch for strike 1. Fenn been so strong through the first 2, coming undone in the 3rd slightly. But now it's Fenn who's able to fight back in the count to get to 2-2. An opportunity to leave 3 runners stranded on for Olympus and enter the 4th tied Can he do it with this pitch? He can. Back-to-back strikeouts for Fenn. Gets Salem Hills out of the inning. But Olympus got the bats hot. 3 hits, 3 runs. They left 3 runners stranded on. There were no errors in the inning. We move into the 4th. A tie ball game between the Titans and the Skyhawks at UCCU Ballpark on KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Ouch. Gonna need some pills for that one.
Hey, prescription pain pills can be dangerous.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there. You're her parent, not a drill sergeant. More love, then they'll listen.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about prescriptions the right way.
Back at the ballpark at Utah Valley University, it's UCCU Field. Our 4th inning set to start in a few moments. Ashton Johnson remains on the mound for the Titans. He's due up to face Nolan Miller, Wyatt Hickman, and Zach Nelson of Salem Hills. Olympus didn't get a hit in either of the first 2 innings. They get 3 in the bottom of the 3rd to tie it up. As Salem Hills will look to take the lead back in our tie game. Back-to-back strikeouts by Fenn. Left 3 on for the Titans. Miller wastes no time making contact, but he sends it foul. Miller will reset. He struck out in his first plate appearance. Chops this one, foul. His strikeout was the one that ended the first inning for Salem Hills. So look to come back and get the 4th started. Miller swings the bat back. 1-2 the count. Another's fouled off. So our 1-2 count remains unchanged. Johnson. The short chopper delivered directly to him, which he easily plays for the out. As Miller's retired. For Olympus, you have to imagine Coach Feltz. Love the response he saw from his team in the bottom of the 3rd. Zach Nelson popped one up in his previous at-bat. That was the phenomenal catch by Jacob Faust that retired him. Nelson lets the strike pass. First strike of the at-bat delivered. Johnson looking to helping the Titans to get out of the inning He'll be on deck when they return to the bats with Nick Paul once again up first. Nelson got nothing. On the attempt, Johnson for the strikeout. Instead, hits a big-time base hit. That one swatted into left field. So Nelson reaches base for the first time today. Bring back Luke DeGraffenried, who struck out in his first plate appearance of the day. It's actually Zach Nelson now up. So Hickman, the one who had the hit. For Hickman, that's his second base hit of the day. The first one he also smacked into left field. So Nelson now due up, head in the count 2-0. Johnson. 2-1 the count. Hickman with 2 big-time base hits for Salem Hills early. 1 out in the inning. As another pitch is delivered to the outside. 3-1 the count. Johnson hasn't walked a batter since the very first one of the game. He walked Spencer Vance, who's in the hole currently. But since then, a strong day for Johnson. So we're just over an hour into play here at UCCU Ballpark. Nelson. It's a strike. Our home plate umpire signaled for strikeout, but that not the call, as that brings us to full count. Nelson looking to reach base for the first time today. Hickman on first. Johnson, he'll check, set, deliver. And it's fouled off, so we'll do it all again. Nelson, able to walk to first. So Nelson to first, Hickman to second. Luke DeGraffenried, who struck out the last time we saw him, now steps in for DeGraffenried. Just 1 out in the inning. Johnson delivers. It's a ball fouled back into the press box. Or 1 the count for DeGraffenried. Falls to 0-2. After swinging and getting nothing. Johnson delivers. DeGraff and Reed continues to protect home. The leading run at second in Hickman. Nelson at first. DeGraff and Reed. Instead, it's a pickoff attempt. One that was unsuccessful, but close for Olympus. The big-time strikeout from Ashton Johnson. The second time this game he's gotten DeGraff and Reed. That's 7 strikeouts through 18 batters faced for Johnson. That'll bring Spencer Vance back up. The last time we saw Vance drove in the team's lone run in the top of the second. Team's lone run of the top of the second. Oh, 1 the count. Vance will step out. Top of the fourth. 1 out away from getting away. Chaos ensues. The Titans unable to get the out at third. A frustrated Coach Feltz makes his way out to talk things over. Hickman safe at third at the moment. Also advancing was Nelson, who reached second. One the count. Johnson looking for another strikeout. 1-2 the count now after the delivery. Vance is yet to strike out. In our nightcap, Willie here. Instead, he pops it up. And making the grab was center fielder Mick Paul. So Olympus leaves 2 stranded on. Both ended up in scoring position for Salem Hills, but they can't come home. So in the bottom of the third and then the top of the fourth, we had a combined 5 runners left on base. As our game remains tied at 3, we shift into the bottom of the fourth. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
For Olympus, it'll be Mick Paul. With Ashton Johnson and Jacob Faust all due up in the bottom of the fourth. Paul. At the moment, Zaylen Fenn still in the game for Salem Hills. But action underway in the bullpen of the Skyhawks. One the count. This one sails into left field. And that one is fair. That'll be a double, or excuse me, a home run. What a hit. It looked for sure as if it was going to be foul, but instead it's a huge homer by Mick Paul. That one landed just on top of the UCCU logo. So Salem Hills is trying to protest, and they believe instead, since it came back in, argue it should be a ground rule double, but instead the player's going to be turned away. But at the moment, Olympus, and more than likely going to hold on to the 4-3 lead off the huge homer from Mick Paul. For Salem Hills, Coach Haney talks things over with his infield. Salem Hills is not happy with something, but things will remain. So what a huge home run for Mick Paul. That'll bring up Ashton Johnson. So our home plate umpire now talks things over. Our umpires in today's game. At first, it's Trent Allred, Eric Hussle at first, and Aaron Dinkle at third. Allred talking things over with Coach Feltz. That will bring back over Coach Jacobson. Now I'm wondering if something might have been said. Some of the Salem Hills players were also pointing at the dugout. Either way, all of that. And our game remains 4-3. The huge homer from Mick Paul, lifting the Titans to the lead. Ashton Johnson has been hit by Zaylen Fenn in both of his previous plate appearances. We'll see if Fenn can refine the strike zone against Johnson. So the first ball is delivered low. So Olympus storms back from down 3-0. They've scored a combined 4 runs now in the fourth and the third. As Johnson rips it. That one was foul. He nearly slapped it out of here. Johnson looking for back-to-back home runs. Johnson resets. Let the ball pass. 2-1. Fenn wastes no time. as he fires it in. This one chopped, but directly to Cushing on third. But the ball squeezes past. Nelson going to try to get it high and over in time. That one now into left field. Nelson unable to make a play on it. At first, tries to rush and get it over. Meaning Johnson has a double. Looks like we're going to have a mound change. So we'll let you know about the defensive changes for Salem Hills when we return at UCCU Field.
Jake said these are awesome for studying.
Line, you shouldn't ever take someone else's medication.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sharing prescriptions.
New man on the mound for Salem Hills. It's Corbin Goal, who comes in. Zaylen Fenton is also going to remain in the game. He'll just be shifting positions. Still no outs in the inning. So Fenton, Zaylen Fenn, going to go to shortstop. Two won the count. Or Johnson. So Johnson's chopper landed him on second with Jacob Faust now up. Faust reached base in his first plate appearance with a walk, then chopped out to second. So 4-3 our game. One the count. This one sails into right field. Back on it and unable to make a grab as it leaps over. So a ground rule double. And that'll bring in another run for Olympus. Titans feasting at UCCU Ballpark. Three consecutive base hits, the first of which was a home run. So Luke Affleck, last time we saw him, he drove in the first run of the game for the Titans. Smashing one into right field. Still no outs in the inning for Salem Hills. So a wild pitch is delivered. One-0 the count. Affleck fouls it into the glove of DeGraff and Reed. One the count. Corbin goal. Already got hit once. One, two, the count. Affleck sails it high, and that ball will drop. So Faust heads to third, Affleck to first. Still no outs in the inning for Olympus as the Titans are rolling. Corbin Sanchez now due up. Reach base. In his last two plate appearances, one via the walk. Before that, he's hit by a pitch. Reaching base here would load things up with Jackson Godfrey, the man who brought in the second run of the day for the Titans, on deck. Sanchez. Goal still in search of his first out. 1-0 the count. As the ball's fouled back. The 1-1 delivery. By goal. Easily making it to second was Affleck. After goal through. That pitch to the outside. Two bodies warming up in the bullpen. For Salem Hills. 3-1 the count. Goal in danger of loading things up. A grounder will break through. That'll bring in not one, but two Titans. As sliding in and scoring was Jacob Faust and Luke Affleck. Corbin Sanchez brings in two off the grounder. This is a 7-3 ball game. Olympus entered the inning tied. Have now taken a commanding lead. Still no outs for Salem Hills as they continue to search for answers. Jackson Godfrey. One the count. Godfrey doesn't have to swing at that one as it sails well to the outside. Corbin goal. Trying to get the first out of the inning. It won't come on the pickoff attempt. Strike two delivered to even the count. Another to the outside. Salem Hills pitching woes continue. In the bottom of the fourth, they've already allowed 4 runs. Full count. Godfrey will go down swinging. But Corbin Sanchez able to make it to second off the steal. So Godfrey retired with J.D. Olson due up. At the moment, it looks like Sanchez was actually retired. So the second out of the inning. So Salem Hills able to turn things around with another out. I'm not entirely sure what happened. But either way, Sanchez retired. 2 outs now. As Salem Hills looks much stronger than they did 2 pitches ago with none. No runners on base. Olson drove one up the middle in his last plate appearance. He'll fly one into right field. That will fall into foul territory. 0-2 the count. Olson lets the outside pitch pass for ball 1. Two the count, facing J.D. Olson. Looking to reach base for the 3rd consecutive time. Fouls another off to stay alive. The DH for the Titans. Waits the pitch from goal. And it's another ball. Full count reached. Goal looking for his 2nd consecutive strikeout. Doing so would get his team out the inning. Instead, he delivers a low pitch. Matthew Thomas will now be due up. Thomas yet to reach base today. Him and Hodgson, the only 2 Titans that haven't been able to do so. Olson with a modest leadoff on first. One-0 the count. In our 7-3 game where the Titans have used strong offensive pushes in the 3rd and 4th inning to take a commanding 7-3 lead over the Skyhawks. Body's no longer warming up, just sitting in the pen for Salem Hills. So goal going to be tasked with finishing things out. He'll need 2 more strikes to do it after that one passes by a swinging Matthew Thomas. Titans have also now taken the lead in the hits department, 7-6, and 3 errors to none credited to the Skyhawks. Thomas with a strong leadoff on first. But goal. Able to retire Matthew Thomas and lead J.D. Olson stranded. But Olympus scores 4 runs to create the lead for them. The first time they've led in the game today. We have 3 innings remaining at UCCU Ballpark. Olympus in front.
Ouch. Gonna need some pills for that one.
Hey! Prescription pain pills can be dangerous.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there. You're her parent, not a drill sergeant. More love, then they'll listen.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about prescriptions the right way.
Four innings in the books. 3 more to go in our nightcap that features the 4th-seeded Olympus Titans taking on the 12th-seeded Salem Hills Skyhawks. While we have a moment, want to look through some of the action in our earlier games. First, kicking off our day of play was Lehigh versus Maple Mountain, where the top-seeded remaining team in the tournament, the Pioneers, took care of business versus Maple Mountain, where they won 10-0. That one only went 5 innings. Then Orem versus Bountiful got close a little later, but Bountiful was able to hold on after taking a nice early lead and get the win. Then in our most thrilling game of the day, 3-seeded Jordan took on 13th-seeded Waxahachie, as Johnson delivers the first strike. With Jordan leading late, but Waxahachie with a great comeback in the top of the 7th allowed them to take the lead and the upset, as Waxahachie awaits the winner of this one, while Jordan awaits the loser. A reminder, our game's tomorrow for that. The loser in this one will be the first game of the day, playing at 11 here at Utah Valley University, UCCU Ballpark. So the loser of this one takes on Jordan. The winner at 4:30 set to take on Waxahachie. 2-1 our count. Sam Richards, the designated hitter, looking to spark a comeback to help bring his team back. Instead, he bites on another pitch. 2-2 the count. No action in the bullpens for the Titans. They'll trust Johnson. He delivers another pitch high, bringing us to full count. And back-to-back high throws from Johnson allow Richards to take first. This is his 3rd walk of the game. Now due up are Zaylen Fenn. Fenn now the shortstop after starting the game at pitcher. For Fenn, drove one into right field, then had a grounder that broke free into left. He'll see if he can make it 3 for 3 at the plate. The 3rd consecutive pitch delivered high by Johnson, who looked strong early. In our 5th inning, has now delivered multiple high balls in a row. Pickoff attempt to first, unsuccessful, as Richards easily makes it back in time. Johnson is blasted. That one sailing in the left field, and it's gone. What a response by Salem Hills. The huge two-shot homer from Zaylen Fenn. The Olympus student section was egging him on as he approached home plate. And instead, he hits a huge two-run shot. He's greeted by his teammates. So Fenn with the second homer. Oh, excuse me, first homer of our game. As Charlie Cushing is now due up. So Fenn's two-run shot makes it a two-run ball game. No outs in the inning for the Titans. Cushing struck out the last time we saw him. This one, a grounder that'll break into right field. That's hot for the Skyhawks. They're capitalizing. Johnson already surrendered 2 runs off the homer. No outs at the moment. Going to see our first meeting of the mound take place for Olympus. While we have a moment, take a deeper look at how our two teams got here. First for the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Started the season 1-1, but then would go on to win 3 straight. It'd be a season of streaks for Salem Hills. One filled with more wins. Then losses as they come into it, 18-11 overall. For Olympus. They got rolling in the middle of their season. Gone on an 11-game winning streak. So Cam Corbin now due up. Another 2-run shot here would tie things up. It's been a back-and-forth game for these two teams with neither side able to gain a huge edge when it seems like one is preparing to mount a large lead. The other able to come back. The count. Johnson popped again. This one into right field. Unable to make the catch on it is Godfrey. And that takes a hop over. It's a ground rule double. Skyhawks taking over UCCU Ballpark. The explosive offense on full display in our nightcap as we're closing in on 2 hours played. No one on the Skyhawks or Titans looking tired. And what's been a fun-filled ball game. Titans might honestly be lucky that was a ground rule double, as Cushing would have easily scored. So Cam Corbin with the double. That's the 3rd base hit of the inning. For Salem Hills. 2-0 the count. Action starting to get underway for Olympus in their bullpen. Two runners in scoring position, no outs. Johnson once again trailing in the count, 2-0. Nolan Miller falls to 2-1 in the count. Miller yet to reach base on the nightcap. Two the count. Johnson into the Titans in need of an out. Can they capture it on this pitch? They will not, as it's fouled off. Miller, the center fielder, looking to send one. He fouls another back into the net. Two the count. Outside pitch brings it to full. Salem Hills looking to load the bases with 0 outs. Johnson delivers. And another fouled off by Miller, who continues to fight, protecting home plate. So it'll be Miller, then Wyatt Hickman, and Zach Nelson. Hickman's 2 for 2 on the day. The full count pitch. Johnson retires Miller with the heater. So now it's Wyatt Hickman who's due up. Hickman sent both his base hits into left field. He's had a hot bat today, as he lets strike one pass. Hickman swings at another, falls to 0-2 in the count. Johnson looking for what would be his 9th strikeout against one of his most challenging opponents on the day. Hickman fouls it, but it's caught. That one looked like it was going to sail into foul territory, but Matthew Thomas reaches over from first to get the snag and the out for Olympus. So Zach Nelson trying not to leave 2 Salem Hills runners on base. Those 2 runs for the Skyhawks represent the tying run at second. One 1-0 the count. Now 2-0. Skyhawks trying to bring runs in or just load the bases. Olympus trying to get out of it. Johnson's put them in position to do so. But 3 straight balls delivery spells trouble for the Titans. Where they reset the count at 2-1. Two the count. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Nelson. Sends it to the roof of our press box at UCCU Ballpark. Another outside delivery from Johnson. Full count. Skyhawks looking to load the bases. Titans looking to get out of it. The 3-2 pitch from Ashton Johnson. It was fouled off by Nelson. Johnson was about to be fired up as he thought he got his team out of the thick of it, but not quite yet. Zach Nelson looking to reach base for the second time today. Can he make a play on it? We'll once again wait to see, as neither side is relenting. Got 16 combined hits in this game, all equaling a 7-5 score. Johnson, full count pitch. He gets him. Ashton Johnson fired up. As he retires the Skyhawks after surrendering hits and walks to the top 5 batters of the order. He retires the 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2 of them via a strikeout to make sure Olympus can maintain their 7-5 lead. We head into the bottom of the 5th. Our score, unchanged.
Jake said these are awesome for studying.
Line, you shouldn't ever take someone else's medication.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sharing prescriptions.
Isaac Hodginson, Mick Paul, and Ashton Johnson, the man who was hit a few times by the Skyhawks, but in the end becomes the hero, getting his team out of it. So we enter the bottom of the 5th, still in the midst of a 7-5 ball game. New pitcher on the mound for Salem Hills is Mason Warner. Warner, a senior. Look to get things done for Salem Hills. The 3rd pitcher that the Skyhawks have called on today. for Warner. ERA of 6.87. 2-3 the record. 8 appearances. There's something is going on the field right now. It is difficult to tell from this far back exactly what it is as our home plate umpire signals over. I know as much as you do, folks, at the moment. Members of the High School Athletic Association now getting involved, and I don't know if it was something that was said or what is going on at the moment, but multiple parties getting involved. As we try to sort out whatever is going on at our ballpark. But while we try to figure that out, Warner, 18-1 innings pitched on the season. 25 hits, 22 runs, 18 of those earned. 19 strikeouts to 17 walks. He's allowed 2 homers on the season in 108 batters faced. So the other numbers for Warner. So Hodgson now due up after whatever caused our lengthy delay at UCCU Ballpark. Olympus looking to extend their lead. It's been a frustrating day for Hodgson to this point. He's yet to reach base, flying out and striking out. There's another ball. Goes past. The count in the bottom of the 5th. Make it 3-0 as Mason Warner gets settled in. So Warner, not the start he was hoping for. He walks. Hodgson. So Mick Paul, Ashton Johnson, and Jacob Faust, the top of the batting order. Due up. Mick Paul, a home run the last time he was due up. He allows the first strike to pass without swinging. No outs for the Skyhawks. To the count. Paul trails. Warner looking for his first strikeout. Waits for Paul to step in. So our game is now over 2 hours officially. That one nearly hits Paul. Warner looking to get back on track after the ball. Instead, it'll be a consecutive ball. So 4 pitches in. Paul yet to swing at any of them. And he's even in the count. Paul chops it. Foul to stay alive. Two, still the count. For Mick Paul, the center fielder for Olympus. Ready for the pitch from Warner. Ball is grounded into foul territory for our 2-2 count. Paul. Full count. Paula waits for it, then chops it foul. A lengthy at-bat for the center fielder as he continues to fight. Still no outs in the inning. There are bodies warming up for Salem Hills as they look to do whatever it takes to get back into this game. Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. And after all that, Paul was hit. Looked like Paul was hit by a pitch. Either way, he makes it to first, with Ashton Johnson returning. Speaking of being hit by a pitch, Ashton Johnson's done that twice today. He also drilled one into left field. Still no outs in the inning for Salem Hills. Johnson was fired up after getting 2 outs to close 3 straight outs, 2 of them being strikeouts, to close out top of the 5th. That was productive for the bats of the Skyhawks. 0-1 the count. Johnson. That's a blow ball pass to even the count at 1-1. 2 runners on base for Olympus, both via the walk, as Warner looks to break out of his funk. That won't do it for him, but it will for Olympus as they load the bases up, but actually going home and sliding into safety was Hodgkinson. So Johnson with another big-time base hit. It's a single for himself. Allows Paul to make it to third and drives in a run for the Titans. They hold a 5-8 lead. We'll see if this is just a mound meeting or if Salem Hills is going to step away. They will make a switch, so while they make a change, we'll step away. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Skyhawks looking for a solution on the mound. So they turn to Mac Wilson. Wilson preparing to face off against Jacob Faust, Luke Affleck, and Corbin Sanchez, as the Titans have now extended their lead to 8. So Cam Corbin the second, Zaylen Fenn, remains at second. Two-0 the count. Wilson. Look at Wilson's numbers on the season. 175 the ERA in 3 appearances. 4 innings pitched. He's allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of those earned. 3 walks to 3 strikeouts in 13 batters faced. It's been somebody who's seen limited action on the season. But the Skyhawks and Coach Haney trust him in this spot. A chopper. Chance for a double play. Skyhawks can't make it, but they do get 1 out. But another Titan run scores. So Faust is safe at first. As Chase Mosley, who's pinch running for Ashton Johnson, is retired at second. So Luke Affleck. Returns to the plate. Affleck's day. He's had 2 big-time hits. That ball squeezes past Nelson. And that's another high throw out of control. So Faust able to make it to first. Make it to second. 9-5 our score. Had 2 runs scored by each team in our 5th inning at UCCU Ballpark. Affleck ready for the pitch. He's yet to have one delivered to him, as Wilson's attention has been elsewhere. The first one's a ball. Affleck awaits the pitch from Mac Wilson. 1-0 the count. Affleck bites, bringing it to 1-1. Still just 1 out in the inning for Salem Hills as they attempt not to fall down. By 5 runs. Affleck struck out the first time he was up. It ended the first inning for the Titans. Since then, He's been a strong hitter for the team. Looks to continue his luck versus Wilson. 2-2. Our count shifts. Wilson hunting for his first strikeout. Can he get it here? Full count pitch coming up after the outside delivery. Appreciate all of you who have joined us today as Luke DeGraffenried makes his way to the mound. I'm JT Wistersill. Excited to be with you for this exciting week of 5A bracket play. The UHSAA baseball tournament well underway, as are multiple other postseason events, postseason tournaments in the state of Utah for High School Athletic Association, with the school year winding down and summer quickly approaching. 3-2 pitch. Wilson, he'll deliver it. And he gets Affleck to bite on it. So 2 outs now in a big-time strikeout from Mac Wilson, as he's ready to face Corbin Sanchez, who's reached base in all 3 of his plate appearances. The first 2 were a walk and hit by pitch. The most recent one, he brought in 2 runs as he drilled one in the left field. Wilson set to deliver with a Wilson sign, fittingly running on the ad board of UVU. Sanchez bites on it. 1-1 the count. Salem Hills trying to limit the damage to just 2 runs. Sanchez lets the low ball pass. Two won the count. It's popped up. And unable to make the catch is Spencer Van in right field. For Van, if he would have probably made it, he probably would have flipped over the bullpen barrier in right field. It would have been a painful attempt. Count sits at 2-2 with 2 outs and 1 runner on second in the form of Faust. So the catcher, Corbin Sanchez, we reach full count for the second straight at-bat. We'll see if Wilson is able to escape this one with the out and get his team out of the inning, leaving a Titan stranded on base. The full count pitch is set to be fired in. It's fouled off by Sanchez. Wilson was about to deliver it, but it appears that foul ball is, or just an errant throw from the bullpen of the Skyhawks, made it onto the field. So full count About to be delivered in our fun matchup between the 12th ranked Salem Hills Skyhawks and 4th ranked Olympus Titans in the 5A Baseball State Tournament. Sanchez is going to be able to walk to first. So missed opportunity for Wilson. He looked to get the out here against Jackson Godfrey. Pinch runner's going to head to second. For the Titans, it's going to be Jack Musso. Musso on first. Swinging at that one was Godfrey. He tried to pull back but was unable to. The pitch delivered. Opportunity for a tag out on second. As they got Jack Musso in the pickle. And they get the tag out. So Musso with the mistake. Salem Hills capitalizes. Olympus leaves one runner stranded on as we head into the 6th. 9-5 our score. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
Olympus opts to make a change on the mound. They call on Jackson Park. Comes in relief of Ashton Johnson. Olympus looking to maintain their 4-run advantage. It's a 9-5 lead at the moment, with Park coming in for Johnson. Luke DeGraff and Reed due up for Salem Hills. It's him, then the top of the order. 2 innings remaining. May only be 1.5, depending on the defensive performance by Olympus. First strike delivered by Park. Park, a senior. Set to deliver another. That's fouled off, so he gets ahead in the count, 0-2. It's been a fun ball game, back and forth contest between both teams. Skyhawks jumped out to the 3-0 lead through the first 2 innings. Olympus tied things up in the bottom of the third, and they've added 6 runs since the bottom of the third to give them the 9-5 advantage. One, two, the count. DeGraff and Reed struck out in his previous 2 plate appearances. Won't strike out on the outside ball delivered. Two our count. And that's a strikeout. The first for Jackson Park. Dead center delivery gets the job done. Spencer Vance returns. Vance's day at a glance. Walked in his first at-plate appearance. Then drove one into right field. Also drove in a run on that one. And then flew out to center. He looks to reach base for Salem Hills as they look to mount a comeback. Against the 4-seeded Titans. Count now at 1-1. This one chopped to Jenkins, who gets it to first in time. 2 up, 2 down just as quickly. As Olympus looks strong defensively, they'll need one more out to get out of the inning. Sam Richards, the DH for the Skyhawks. 2 strikeouts early. And a walk in his third at-bat. This grounder will break past, as the diming Jenkins was unable to get it. So after that grounder breaks through, that'll mean Zaylin Fenn is now back up. Last time we saw Fenn, 2-run homer. Can Fenn do it again? Won't come on the outside delivery from Parks. Park refocuses, gives first a glance. Locks in, delivers. A strike to even the count. Oh, it is a ball. So 2-1. 1 runner on first. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. With Olympus leading Salem Hills 9-5. We'll see if the Skyhawks can work to erase the 4-run deficit. They'll have 4 more outs left to do so. Another ball delivered. Count at 3-1. That strike finds the inside of the zone. Full count. Fenn trying to avoid being retired by Parks. Jackson Parks gets the strikeout, and he is hyped, as he should be. Big time made play by the relief pitcher. He comes in and strikes out 3 batters in DeGraffenreid, Vance, and Fenn. What a performance. We'll see if he can do it one more time. But first, the Titans will have a chance to add to their 9-5 lead when we return for the bottom of the 6th at UCCU Ballpark on KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Jake said these are awesome for studying.
Line, you shouldn't ever take someone else's medication.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about the dangers of sharing prescriptions.
Mac Wilson will be looking to get 3 quick outs to give his team an opportunity to get back into this one. Over 2.5 hours played in our nightcap at Utah Valley University. Jackson Godfrey due up for the 4th time, followed by J.D. Nelson and Matthew Thomas. This one's fouled back. One our count. Godfrey ready for it. Mac Wilson, the second baseman who shifted to the mound, delivers another ball. We have had some lengthy at-bats tonight with some patient Titan batters waiting for the perfect pitch, willing to take strikes. Full count after the hack by Jackson Godfrey. Wilson going to try to get another strikeout. Can he do it? He sails it to the... Or he was retired. So it looked like a ball, and definitely thinking it was a ball, was Godfrey. Instead, he's retired. So the big-time strikeout for Mac Wilson. Able to come back in the count. He was behind 3-1, 2 straight strikes, gets the job done, gets the first of the needed 2 outs. And speaking of strikes, Wilson continuing to deliver them. He dials another in. That J.D. Olson, the designated hitter for the Titans, bites on. 0-1 the count. Wilson likes it, sets, delivers. Olson. He's a little late on it, fouling it off. Just on the outskirts to the right of UCCU ballpark. Olsen sits one. Hits one over two. Zaylen Flynn, who gets it over to Nelson on first. So Olsen retired off the line drive. It was more a short hopper, I guess, as it did take a bounce before he reached. So now Matthew Thomas due up. Thomas has struck out in his last two plate appearances. It's the guy you want to face if you're Mac Wilson. And Salem Hills. 1-0 the count. Two straight balls delivered to the patiently waiting Matthew Thomas. It's been a while since it's been 3 Titans up, 3 down. Olympus has scored all 9 of their runs in the past 3 innings. They'll hope they don't need the 7th. They're able to get a job done defensively in the top of the 7th. So 4 straight balls delivered by Mac Wilson, who ends his strong streak of strikes. Isaac Hodgkinson now due up. Hodgkinson reached base only via the walk in the previous at-bat. See if he has success against Wilson. Ball delivered to the outside. 1-0 the count. Wilson sets, winds, delivers. We have a pinch runner come in place of Thomas, as they opt to send out Graydon Gassick, the junior, takes over on first for Thomas. 1-1 the count. As Hodgkinson decides to step out and take another practice swing. The 1-1 pitch. Delivery will have to wait after the pickoff attempt. Base stolen successfully by Graydon Gassick. So 2-1 our count after the speedy Gassick. Reached base number 2. Two, 1 the count. Hodgson swings on the outside pitch, evening the count at 2-2. Wilson, key opportunity to get his team out of it. See if he could capitalize on it. Hodgson looking for his first base hit of the day. Will come on the outside pitch, full count once again reached. A number all too familiar for this game. Both pitchers and batters on each side reach the breaking point. Who will win this decisive one? Hodgson goes down swinging. There's another ball delivered to the outside. And that ends the inning. For Olympus offensively, they'll be back at it defensively. And we'll see if they can hold strong. If they don't yield 4 runs, they'll get the win and move on to the winner's bracket. We're going to step away, taking what we could very well be our final break of the night. You're watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind.
Ouch! Gonna need some pills for that one.
Hey! Prescription pain pills can be dangerous.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there. You're her parent, not a drill sergeant. More love than to listen.
Know your script. Talk to your kids about prescriptions the right way.
Welcome back inside UCCU Ballpark at Utah Valley University. The 4th-ranked Olympus Titans currently lead the 12th-ranked Skyhawks 9-5 in day 1 of our week at UVU. Going to give you the matchups, what they would look like at the moment for tomorrow. So, in our 11 a.m. game, unless Salem Hills is able to mount a comeback here in the top of the 7th, it would be Salem Hills taking on Jordan. Then, at 1:30, we'll have Maple Mountain taking on Orem. Maple Mountain, Orem in our other losing game bracket. Then, we shift to the winner's bracket. Wasatch and Olympus would play at 4:30 with our nightcap. Lehigh at Bountiful, scheduled for 7. Those subject to change off a big Salem comeback. We'll see if they can get it started. It was the first inning in the last 3 innings that Lehigh held Olympus scoreless. Now they'll look to get the bats hot. It all starts with Cushing. Charlie Cushing's day at a glance drove in the first 2 runs of the first inning, sending one deep into center right field, then struck out and had another one he sent into right field. He fouled that one back into the net. 1-2 our count. Jackson Parks was really strong in the previous inning. We'll see if Park can keep up his momentum. 2-2 the count. Can he deliver the strike? It will be a strike. So Titans and Skyhawks fans seeing that one very differently. One side excited, the other enraged. Cushing retired. The 4th strikeout as our home plate umpire is showered with the boos. So 1 down, 2 to go for Olympus. They want to advance. Cam Coburn due back up for Salem Hills. 1-0 the count. He was nearly hit by that pitch as he ducked his helmet, wisely avoiding the hit to the head. 2-0 the count in Corbin's favor. Delivery to the outside will make it 3-0. Opportunity to get a walk. Anything helps if you're a Skyhawk. Strike delivered. Three-1 the count. Coburn takes his walk to first. Olympus does have pitchers in the bullpen if they need it. Coburn, the first walk given up by Park, brings up Nolan Miller. Miller. One-0 the count. Our count now at 2-0. As Park looks to retire Miller. It would be the third time Miller struck out today. Corbin on first. Able to find the strike zone was Jackson Park. Two won the count. Miller waiting the pitch. We've yet to have a base hit in the seventh. Delivery makes it 2-2. So Miller will be forced to protect home plate. And he bites on the pitch. Miller returns to the dugout. Skyhawks down to their last out. It's Wyatt Hickman. Reached base in his first two at-bats. At-bats off big hits. Most previous one was a line drive down to first, in which he was retired. 0-1 the count after the first strike delivered by Parks. A chopper to Affleck, who gets the force out on second. Titans take it, 9-5. They trailed 3-0 heading into the bottom of the third, then tied the game up. Would respond defensively the rest of the way, only allowing 2 runs, those later 2 runs coming off the Zalen Fenn home run. But Olympus would go on to score all 9 of their runs in 3 consecutive innings, with 3 in the third inning, 4 in the fourth inning, 2 in the fifth inning. They didn't need any in the sixth, but they'd stand strong defensively in the seventh as they get the win versus the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Wyatt Hickman was strong for the Skyhawks, as was Corbin. Looking at who has had a phenomenal day for Olympus. Mick Paul with the home run. Ashton Johnson reached base in all 4 of his plate appearances. It was 10 hits in total for Olympus, 10 hits for the Skyhawks, 8 for the Titans. Luke Affleck also had a strong day Jacob Faust reached base in multiple of his appearances. Jackson Godfrey drove in a home run, but Olympus able to get hot offensively and with some strong pitching late. Early was Aston Johnson. Late it was Jackson Park. All of it equating to the 9-5 win. So your action officially set for tomorrow. First, it will be the Salem Hill Skyhawks taking on the Jordan Beat Diggers. That our first game of the afternoon, scheduled for 11 a.m. first pitch. Then, in the winner's bracket, the 4th-seeded Olympus Titans set to take on the 13th-seeded Wassahash Wops. It should be another fun game and another fun day of basketball here, baseball here at UCCU Ballpark. We appreciate all of you who have tuned in today. I'm JT Wistersill. Your final, Titans 9, Skyhawks 5. Olympus takes it over Salem Hills. We thank you for watching KSL Game Night Live Rewind, and we'll see you tomorrow.